Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to give you 10 latest defense updates. Number 1, D4 counter drone systems. In a significant stride towards bolstering urban security, the DRDO is gearing up to deploy its indigenously developed D4 drone detect, deter, destroy counter drone system at vital installations across India's cities. Announced on March 27, this advanced solution is designed to counter the rising menace of rogue unmanned aerial vehicles, offering a robust shield against potential drone attacks in densely populated areas. The D4 system, a product of DRDO's cutting-edge research, is an integrated counter-drone platform engineered to detect and neutralize rogue UAVs with precision. Capable of addressing both micro and small drones, it combines multiple technologies to ensure comprehensive protection. The system employs a soft kill mechanism to instantly detect and jam drone communications, disrupting their command and control links, and a hard kill laser-based mechanism to physically terminate targets at ranges of up to 3 kilometers. The dual approach makes D4 a versatile tool against the evolving threats of unauthorized drones. Next, AF Station Nalia prepares for Tejas Mk1A deployment. The Indian Air Force, the Air Force Station Nalia, located in the coastal town of Nalia in Gujarat, India, is set to become a key hub for India's indigenous fighter jet program, as it appears to host the India's first squadron of the advanced Tejas Mk1A. Situated approximately 90 kilometers from the strategically sensitive Sar Creek along the Pakistan border, this air base has already seen the deployment of the older Tejas Mk1 jet in their final operational clearance configuration. Now it is transitioning from its legacy MiG-21B's fleet to the cutting-edge Tejas Mk1A, marking a significant step in the IAF's modernization journey and India's push for self-reliance in defense. Next, DRDO chief's prediction of 90% self-reliance in defense production. India's quest for self-reliance in defense manufacturing is on the cusp of major milestone, according to Dr. Samir V. Kamath, chairman of the DRDO. Speaking at a recent industry conclave in New Delhi, Dr. Kamath expressed optimism about the nation's trajectory, stating, "I estimate that in the next 4-5 years, we will achieve around 90% self-reliance in defense production." This ambitious projection underscores India's rapid strides in reducing dependence on foreign arms, a shift driven by a mix of policy reforms, private sector participation, and DRDO-led innovation. Next, IAF must reassess its maintenance department. The Indian Air Force has faced a troubling year in 2025, with a series of jet crashes casting a harsh spotlight on its aging fleet and maintenance practices. The latest incident, a Jaguar twin-seater crash near Jamnagar, Gujarat on April 2nd, claimed the life of Flight Lieutenant Siddharth Yadav, making the second Jaguar lost this year after a similar accident in Haryana in March. These back-to-back crashes, alongside other involving MiG-21s and Mirage 2000, reported early in 2025, have raised alarm bells about the IAF's ability to sustain its operational readiness. Next, India's first space debris monitoring radar under ISRO's Project Netra. Chandrapur, a town near Guwahati in Assam, is set to become a pivotal hub for India's space ambitions as the Indian Space Research Organisation establishes the country's first space debris monitor radar under Project Netra. That is, full form is Network of Space Object Tracking and Analysis. This groundbreaking initiative, announced on April 3rd, marks a significant step towards enhancing India's space situational awareness and safeguarding the growing fleet of satellites from the increasing threat of space debris. Project Netra involves the creation of a comprehensive network of observational facilities, including optical telescopes, radars, and a centralized command center. The radar system in Chandrapur, to be set up on a 200-bigha plot of land at the site of a defunct thermal power plant, will be capable of detecting objects as small as 10 centimeter in radius at distance up to 2000 kilometer. This capability will allow ISRO to track space debris in low Earth orbits, where most of India's remote sensing satellites operate, as well as monitor potential threats to assets in higher orbits. Next, why India's 6th gen fighter jet must be a fighter bomb? Comment. As India charts its course towards developing a 6th generation fighter jet under the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, that is AMCA program, the strategic imperatives of its northern frontier, particularly the People's Liberation Army Air Force air bases in the Tibetan Plateau, demand a bold rethink of the platform's design. To effectively counter China's growing military presence and execute deep strike missions against heavily defended targets, India's next-gen fighters must evolve into a fighter bomber with a maximum takeoff weight of around 50 tons. This requirement stems from the need for enhanced payload, range, and survivability critical for penetrating the PLAAF's air defense network and neutralizing high-value assets deep inside contested territory. The Tibetan Plateau, often called the roof of the world, hosts several key PLAAF air bases such as Hotan, Nagari Gunsa, and Lhasa Gongar, located between 1500 and 3000 kilometers from India's northern borders. Next, NOTAM issued by IAF. India has announced a missile test in the Bay of Bengal with a designated no-fly zone in effect from April 12 to 14 as part of its ongoing efforts to bolster its strategic defense capabilities. The advisory issued by the Indian Navy Eastern Naval Command in Visakhapatnam covers a 1245-kilometer long corridor stretching from Abdul Kalam Island off the Odisha coast of the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Next, inauguration of Indian Ocean ship Sagar at Karwar Naval Base. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh on Saturday inaugurated various infra projects at Karwar Naval Base in Karnataka. The Union Minister arrived at the naval base around 1 p.m. where he was given a guard of honor at the parade ground. The Defense Minister landed at the key base in the military chopper and is scheduled to spend a few hours here with a number of engagement lights on. Next, ISRO's POEM-4 re-enters Earth atmosphere. ISRO on Friday said that the fourth edition of the PSLV Orbital Platform Experiment Module POEM-4, the repurposed spent upper stage of the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle used for the space docking experiment mission has re-entered the Earth's atmosphere. Finally, the POEM-4 module re-entered the atmosphere and impacted at 2:35 UTC, that is 8:03 IST on April 4th in the Indian Ocean. Next, India-Sri Lanka signed Defence Partnership Pact. For the first time, India and Sri Lanka on Saturday inked an ambitious defence cooperation pact with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, outlining a broader roadmap for deeper bilateral cooperation, asserting that security of both nations is interlinked and dependent on each other. The Defence Pact is among 7 key agreements signed by the two sides following wide-ranging talks between Modi and Sri Lankan President Anura Kumar Disnaike. Thank you.